How to manage your phone. Distractions, communication, alerts, notifications, the what if scenarios of people needing to call you. What if someone messaged me on Instagram? What if someone messaged me on Facebook? And then the constant alertness and notifications that go on throughout the day to keep you wired towards having your attention towards your phone. If not controlled and not managed towards you having what you want from it, it will rule your day, it will ruin your mindset, and you'll fall into a level of procrastination, or using it as a tool for procrastination, using it as a tool for comparison, and just using it as a time-wasting method without any real productivity throughout your day. I've experienced this loads where I spent a year off Instagram because of the comparison syndrome that I was getting, because of the time that it was just putting away where my day could not actually do other things or more fruitful things with, because I was always on it, attracted to seeing what other people were doing, interacting with small variables. And it ruined a lot of my headspace when it came to being creative and getting very, very high level work done without having that use of, I do 10 minutes of work and then I pick up my phone. That's not gonna get you anywhere when it comes to being singular focused. A lot of people are trying to multitask at the moment. A lot of people get disconcerted with having so much things going on in their head, and this is because they don't focus on one singular task. Because one singular task, like watching Netflix, doesn't just be one watching Netflix. It becomes one watching Netflix and every 10 minutes picking up the phone to check the phone and then putting it back down, and then going to the toilet and then come back and checking the phone and then come back up. And if you check how many times you pick up your phone, you'd be very astounded to know about that habitual process that goes on when you're either bored, procrastinating, or you're looking for a way to get short-term gratification. I would really encourage you to be at a phase of where you can know that this is a significant portion of your day, and look at the amount of screen time that you have on the phone. Even 3 to 4 hours is going to be a significant amount of time. If we look at phone calls and Zooms and stuff, that's absolutely fine when it's business related. But if you can reduce the amount of time that you spend on your phone, the more time and mental capacity that you have to make better decisions and make more clear decisions, and actually spend more time in your own thoughts as opposed to seeing what's imposed by other people upon that screen. So the way that you tackle this is that, as much as you might not like it, you're not going to get anything life-changing from Instagram, social media, or you're not going to see anything life-changing on that scroll feed. So therefore, its ability to be useful to you is negative during the times of work, unless you are using it for business. But even then, I use my Instagram for business, and I have to put set times in. And I think that's what is the key fundamental of knowing that it's a large part of your life for most people, and knowing that is going to take over your life if you don't compartmentalize it and put boundaries in place with it. So in the morning time, I like to not go on my phone at all. Only to check a message from someone, my training partner, to open his door at 6 a.m. in the morning so we can train together. Apart from that, the rest of it is in my pocket, and everything else is done on paper for the first couple of hours. These videos are being made in the morning time, which means that this is the only time that I've been using my phone to record. The rest of it will go back to emails or go back to written notepads once I do this. Having that morning time allows you to be with your own thoughts. And I think one of the areas that I spoke about in mitigating stress and managing your day is that if you spend the morning already being hit with a load of attention, a lot of sales, a lot of comparison of what other people are doing, and already glued to it, you're setting yourself up for that day to already be reciprocated in the same manner. If you can start your morning with your own thoughts, with what you want to achieve and what your to-do list is, you're going to be able to focus on that a little bit more, and that'll give you more clarity to take action easier than it would be if you were just sitting on your phone scrolling and then struggling to get your focus on what you're doing yourself. You're already focusing on what other people are doing as opposed to what you're doing yourself. And if you don't think that you do this, if you're picking up your phone and scrolling and looking down these timelines, that is what you're doing. It's just subconscious, and we're all unaware of it until we're aware of it. So once you've managed that time, I would definitely recommend, if you are a person that likes to go on social media, which is not a bad thing at all, I like it as well, is that I will schedule a time to do it. So, my morning times run in blocks. So I will make sure that on my 11 a.m. walk with the dog, I'll have a little scroll through Instagram, probably do Instagram stories, and then go back off the phone when I move back into my second work block after lunch. and then I will pick it up at maybe 5 again. So I pick it up maybe twice to 3 times in a day, and that will be adequate for me. And maybe spend dinner whilst I'm having dinner on it, and then back to hopefully watching Netflix or doing something else in the evenings after I've had a phone call with my girlfriend. And once we do that, that'll be it for the day. And whilst it's very hard to do that, putting your phone in a different room to where you're sleeping, getting a really decent alarm or a normal alarm, or using Alexa to do it, or Siri or whatnot, you're going to get less opportunity to fall asleep. A lot of people have sleep issues, but they don't have sleep issues. They have inability to put phone down issues. Because that's where they're going wrong. They're spending 11 p.m., 12 p.m. on the phone or on their Instagrams, and no wonder they're going to not fall asleep, because of the level of alertness, the level of notifications their brain is going through when they're looking at these scrolling things. The level of thought process about comparison syndrome is only going to lead to more thoughts and inability to shut down and sleep for the night. So putting a boundary on your phone intake, of phone usage in the evening, is going to be critical for your ability to succeed. Now, if you need it for work, like a business that's on Instagram, that's fine, but schedule your blocks. If you have, you're not going to need to go on Instagram more than at least 2 hours a day of really going for work on it. You could schedule a block at 10 a.m. if you really needed to, get through loads of messages and do all the stuff that you need, and then again go again at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And even then I would say that's a bit excessive, because you don't really need to do that. Plus you can schedule all your posts so you don't have to spend too much time on Instagram or Facebook. For any of that matter, you can just do that on one go on your laptop. So it's very much a case of people choose not to do it because it's enjoyable, short-term gratification, but it's a massive factor that comes to enjoying your day, managing what you do in your day. And if not managed, it just rules you as opposed to you ruling it. And it is a phone at the end of the day. It is not us. And our thought process is affected by our environment, and one of these is your phone. So being able to manage that as effectively as possible is going to be key. Even if you don't think it's affecting you, it probably is if you're spending high levels of time on it. So look to change it if you're wanting to, and change your headspace and mental space, because it becomes such a powerful thing to remove in its own dosages, and enjoy when you do enjoy, and put boundaries around it so that you can enjoy it for 30 minutes and it not ruin 3 hours work. And that would be making sure you keep hold of your mental capacity and your ability to be creative and think, as opposed to think about what other people are doing or having that exposure exposed onto you.